out there, friends? It's me, Allie Burns. Welcome to Morning Wood. I got a couple to talk to you about today. Yesterday was a good day. We did okay there. 4 and 3 off the 7 I gave. Nailed Toledo. That was solid right there. That was my best bet of the day. Toledo -9 and the over. We cashed that. I was wrong on Providence. That was an either way kind of game, but I did get it over that total, so that worked out. Riverside first half, we made some money there, but wow, was I wrong about what was going to happen in that game. It went under, and USC did not cover. So that happened, and that's going to happen, right? You can't win them all. If you're watching, give me a like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and yeah, let's get started. So, and drop some comments into the comment box. Let me know who you guys like today, and if you have any questions on a game, you can throw them my way. We did actually really well with the picks that you guys were throwing into the chat yesterday. My at a glance picks actually did pretty well. We nailed Alabama. That was another one we talked about. And I told you guys to watch out on that Akron game. There was something funny about that Northern Illinois. Hey, Edgar, how's it going? Hi, Anthony. Yeah, we did okay on those as well. Vatek, that was a great one we cashed. We said do it money line. Don't worry about that 1 point. Already, we're getting started, Lawrence. I love it. So Lawrence Cross likes FSU. I actually did a free pick on them last night, and FSU was the play that I want to say it was Craig Trapp who I did the video with. FSU was the play there, minus the 4.5. I'm not sure if that's still the number, but I can look. We have the technology. We have the power. But I don't see it, so we will see. Here it is. Now they're minus 3.5. So we're getting a little buyback on the NC State. NC State is just not my favorite team to play when they're on the road, and in the ACC especially. Got to win your home games. Florida State's a real tough at-home kind of school. So yeah, you're welcome, Will, for Toledo. So yeah, I'm with you guys on the FSU play. Phil's on that one too. I think that's a solid bet here. I like that it's moving down too. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I've only got 2 for you today. On Tuesday nights, last night, I do a late night happy hour show with the local ESPN Las Vegas radio guys, Steve Cofield and Alex Crawford. If you want to check it out, it's over on my Twitter page at Plus Money Honey from last night. But it's a late night happy hour show, so not a ton of time to cap a ton of games. Lawrence Cross says he's got a 2-teamer, FSU and Texas money line. I'm not opposed to that. Texas is doing great. I'm so proud of Shaka Smart. Like, we've waited and waited for you, Shaka, and here you are. I think it had something to do with the hair, Shaka. I think it's that, man. Hey, Chanel, you did not miss anything. Don't worry about it. We like FSU. That's where we're at. In that Texas game, I did a free pick on that last night with Chip Chirimbus, who's real good at totals, and he likes that one to go over the total. Check what the total is while we're doing this. Boop, boop, boop. 131. So that's actually moving down. I'm not sure why. I get the Red Raiders are known for defense. I get all that, but I'm from Texas, y'all, okay? And when 2 Texas teams play each other, they're about to pound it out. So I like that game to go over a 131. That's a low total too. Maybe it's low for a reason. Okay, so first game we're going to talk about is Texas A&M at Mississippi State. Let me get my stuff together. Okay, Texas A&M is 6-4. They're 3-7 against the spread. Mississippi State is 8-4, 6-6 against the spread. And Mississippi State is the favorite at home, minus 6.5. 130.5 is our total here. I love Mississippi State. Okay. And I love them even more now that Mike Leach is their football coach. But I dig this team. The main reason why I do is because of their coach, this guy named Ben Howland, right? He's not one of those big namers that like everyone knows. He's not your Tom Izzo kind of guy. But this guy is pretty bad A, right? He's taken 4 teams to the tournament. 3 consecutive Final Fours. He won 4 Pac-12 titles with UCLA. And when he was at UCLA, he coached a couple guys you might have heard of. Kevin Love played for him. Russell Westbrook played for him. Darren Collison played for him. This guy's good. And where he comes from is the Big East. He's a Big East guy. He was at Pitt. And so they play this real like slow down offense and like a lockdown man-to-man defense kind of style of play, right? So slow and low, that is the tempo, right? As the Beastie Boys would say. And I really, really dig this team. They've got 2 seniors on it. One's from Nigeria, one's from Panama. They're kind of from everywhere. Funny thing, Texas A&M also has a Nigerian player on their team as well. Their coach is Buzz Williams. Buzz Williams comes from Marquette, right? So we're still out in this Big East world where they play a slow down style of basketball. And I think that's why we're seeing this total of 130.5. That's why it's so low, all right? I like Mississippi State to cover here. I just really do. Texas A&M on the road, and they've played a tough schedule, not like super tough though, but they played a tough schedule on the road, and they've lost every game. TCU, LSU, and South Carolina, they did not score more than 56 points in any of those road games. They did, however, give up a lot. So their road average is 54 points scored, 76 allowed. Not a good look, not a good look. Mississippi State, on the other hand, they've played 2 double overtime games, right? So they played against Kentucky. They took into double overtime and they lost. And Dayton, they went double overtime and they also lost. That was on the road. But that kind of skews the stats and makes us assume that they're maybe going to score more than those numbers suggest. But I feel like I'm laying it. Let me get to the point here. I'm laying it 6.5 with Mississippi State. I'm doing it. The total, I think, is what I'm more iffy on because, like I said, right, slow down offense, lockdown, man-to-man defense. It's written on my paper. So even though it's 130.5, I kind of feel like this goes under. I kind of feel like it goes under. But my total averages, which is what I go off of, have Texas A&M right at 130. Mississippi State's at 136, 138. Even at home, they're 137, 136. So let's get back to that one. Let me think about that for a minute. I've been thinking about it all morning, but official play there is going to be Mississippi State minus the 6.5. Yeah, Alfredo likes it under. Alfredo, was it you liking St. Joe's yesterday? Did you cash that St. Joe's? I feel like you may have, plus the 15. Okay, so the other one we're going to talk about is Boise at Wyoming. I rocked this pick 2 nights ago when they played. We talked about it yesterday. Shoot, I forgot what the line is, though. I didn't write it down. I know it's Boise minus 8.5. In the last game, it was minus 7.5. Now the total is 148.5. That's exactly what it was last time when I was super compelled to pick up the phone and text Kurt and be like, why is this number this way, right? Because, like I said, Wyoming has not played anybody. And like by the eye test, if you're looking at the paper, it's Wyoming at home 7-2 is their record, but they haven't played anybody at all, except maybe Oregon State, who they beat by 3. But Oregon State's a 5-4 team. They're at the bottom of the Pac-12. So I'm not like super high on that either. Every time I did the totals, it was just under in that first game. And their final score, this was the game where I took it under the 148.5, and then I in-played it at 158.5, and I got that one under too. Hey, Costas. Hold on, let me just remember this final is 83-60 was what they did. So what I look for in these second games is, first of all, Wyoming has only played one back-to-back. And because they beat Fresno in the first one, they got their butts whooped in the second one. They beat Fresno by 4, and then they lost by 20 in the game too. Halftime 43-35. Yeah. So with Boise, when they do back-to-backs, they regress a little bit, right? And that happens with our bigger schools where they like kind of whoop your butt, and then in the second game they lay off a little bit. And we saw that when Boise played SJSU, when they almost lost by a point. So, Wyoming is a younger team. They can hit their threes. But the problem with them, I think, is that they just haven't played anybody as good as Boise until now, because they've played Boise, right? I want to sneak this one right up on over, because I think Boise is going to, Unholy Stem Cells. I love that name, Unholy Stem Cells. Likes Boise again. So yeah, I'm with that. Let's take Boise minus the 8.5 to cover. I kind of like, and it's not even that, I don't want to say, hold on. Let me find my thing on it. So yeah, in the game against SJSU, it's not that they necessarily score less in the second game. It's that they'll let you score more, is kind of how I feel about it. The totals in the Mountain West just tend to go up in the second game. Boise, SJSU, 160. 173, New Mexico, 130, 141, right? Even Air Force, Nevada, when they play Nevada, 131, 134. So the totals just go up in their second game because you just saw each other, right? Like you rolled tape. So thanks, Greg. So I feel funny about it, but I want to go over on this one. I got a feeling about it. I don't know what to say. I got a little feeling about it. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But that's where I'm at. My two stronger plays, though, I'm going to lay the 8.5 with Boise, and I'm going to lay the 6.5 with Mississippi State. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Thanks, Brandon. Oh, you got your respect. All right. Brandon was looking for a casher and some respect last night, so I'm glad that he got it. Ron likes Georgia. Okay, let's check out what Georgia's doing today. I did another free pick last night. I can't remember who. Oh, the game got postponed. That's why I can't remember. UGA and Auburn, 6-6. Auburn's no good on the road here. They did beat Texas A&M by 2 points. That total was at 134 when it came in. Georgia's very good at home. We got to ask ourselves right now, why is Georgia a 2-point dog to Auburn when they're 7-1 at home and Auburn is 0-3 on the road? What's up with the get down there? Anybody in the chat know? Because I'm going to peek real quick. Because that's what I do. I don't know. I'm feeling like Georgia's got some D2s going on, and they might look a lot better than they actually are. Lost to Arkansas. Love Arkansas. We talk about them. Remember the old coach in Nevada, Reno, Eric Musselman? He left 2 years ago. Now he's in Arkansas, so y'all keep your eyeballs on Arkansas. Went into a double overtime with LSU, who whomped on Texas A&M. They beat Mississippi State. Where are you? All right. They beat Cincinnati, or they lost to Mississippi State, but they beat Cincinnati. So they're on basically a 3-game losing streak. Auburn's on a 4-game losing streak. But they did play harder against Arkansas. That line is super sus to me. So can you tell I have a freaking kid that plays Among Us all day? Because everything in my house is totally sus right now. Okay. Everything is sus. Oh, there's our D2s. There's Samford, Jacksonville, Columbus State canceled. Okay. If you guys say so, Auburn's getting the other best player today. Okay, so that's what's happening then. Sorry, still checking. Auburn beat Memphis, beat App, close one in Arkansas, beat St. Joe's in OT, played decent against Gonzaga as far as that goes. I don't know, okay, I don't know. How about that? I don't know. It just seems very easy to me, and like, oh, look at their record. Georgia plus 2 points at home. They're super good at home. It just kind of looks suspect to me, I guess. So play at your own risk. Speaking of Arkansas and Eric Musselman, they're playing tonight against LSU. If you give me a 1.5 with Arkansas, I have to take it because I'm so into that team. I know LSU is 6-0 at home, 4-6 against the spread. Arkansas is 2-0 against the spread on the road, 5-3-1 against the spread for the season. Without doing too much research on it, I like Arkansas there. Yeah, Boise did just play Wyoming. I'm not doing the LSU thing. I'm not doing it. But maybe we could look for that game to go over. What was the total on it? 160.5. Holy shnik balls. Yeah, they're thinking that's going to go over, aren't they? Yeah, so in a lot of the conferences right now, Brendan, they're doing back-to-backs, and it's to alleviate the travel and make sure that they can get all the, the games in for the season that they want to get. And I found a huge amount of value in playing the second games because, like, what happened since yesterday or the day before yesterday? What's different? One thing that I've definitely found is that in the second games, if the favorite loses in the first game at home, they're probably going to whoop your butt in the second one. We're not in that situation right now, but just so you know. And then just a little bit of what is it? NHL insight is that this is what the NHL is going to do also, right? They've divided everyone into divisions because that's what that's called. So now, you take a team that's usually going to see each other maybe 2 times in a season. They're going to see each other like 10 times this season, because they're alleviating the travel of it all. And so I think there's going to be a huge amount of value in the NHL, which I'm not even an NHL person. But I'm kind of excited about that. We just did our Total Chaos NHL last night. So check that out. Search Total Chaos Picks and Parlays. Nick Parsons and Kurt Alexander were all over that. They love the under. Both of them love the under in the Pennsylvania game. Penguins and Flyers. God, I had to change my brain there for a second. I was thinking Panthers. So yeah, Alfredo likes Arkansas. Yeah, I do, man. Eric Musselman's a beast. He really is. Pat McGillis likes Virginia. Let's look at you. What's old Virginia doing today? Oh, I don't know. Why does this have to be so difficult, computer? Okay, they're playing Notre Dame, -9.5 at home. I'm not a domer. I don't do the domers. Because they dome, it's what they do. 9.5 points does seem like quite a bit. 123 as a total. It's going under, but that's what that's an auto bet for a lot of people. Boop. Virginia picking the Texas A&M game. Hey, Buck Mars, sorry about that. So picking the Texas A&M game, I'm taking Mississippi State minus the 6.5 points. That is where I'm at there. I kind of lean towards an under, but I know that Mississippi State can score, so I'm kind of iffy on it. Their total average is like in the 136 to 138 range, Mississippi State's is, but Texas A&M's is right at 130. And I've told you guys when this happens in my total averages, I go with the stronger team, how I feel, because that's who's going to dominate the game in my head. So this is Mississippi State. They're the home team. Their totals go over. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence, is because my stats say it goes over, and then kind of my head says it goes under. So this is funny. Notre Dame stinks. Notre Dame sucks. Brendan says, add everything. Hey, Elliot, how's it going? So yeah. What was I looking at? I forget. Oh, I was going to look at, real quick, Notre Dame's schedule, because it's a lot of times you think a team sucks because of their record, but then when you look at who they play, it's a different deal, right? We did that with Akron yesterday. If you just look at that 1-7, from Northern Illinois, a lot of people were just all over Akron. And I told y'all when I looked at it, it looked really sus to me and I didn't love it. Yep, Kenneth Black, he's taking Mississippi State because A&M can't shoot on the road. No, they can't. They're not the same A&M that we know and love. And they also, the beginning of their season, they played a real cupcake of a schedule, like New Orleans and Tarleton and UT Rio, Southeast Louisiana. So these aren't like, it's telling us that their points are higher, but really they're lower. The book is saying they average 66 points a game. On the road, they average 54. So there's that. And 93. Yeah, I was actually. Oh, wait. If Leg Show's got a stat, I want to see it. Hold on. We are going to take a pause. See what Leg Show has to say. All Texas Tech, Texas games have gone under 131 since 2012. Well, that is just a fantastic little stat there. Like I said, Chip Chirimbus liked that one to go over. I I like when Texas teams play because I always feel like it's an under, but I did not know that stat. I can't know everything, guys. As hard as I try, I just can't know everything. Okay, so this is our guy. Sharif Cooper makes Auburn a different team. I knew you did, Alfredo. He had St. Joe's plus 15 a winner. I thought of you when I saw that final. So Sharif Cooper, this has got to be the guy that's coming back in for Auburn that y'all are talking about. Yeah, like I said, Georgia at home plus 2 looks a little bit suspect to me. Notre Dame beat Kentucky by a point, not very good. Lost to Duke by 10, lost to Purdue by 10. And they just played Virginia and lost 7-3. 123 was the total there. Yep, you're late to the party, Elliot. We know it. Florida State covers. It seems like everyone is pretty solid on Florida State. So let's take that one to the bank. 123 was the exact total in that game. So if that is the case, like I said, in the second games, when they play each other twice, the totals tend to be higher. So if it's at 123 and it came in exactly at 123 in the last game, then maybe we look for an over here. Yes, I know it's Virginia. But this isn't necessarily a back-to-back either. That was like 2 weeks ago. So there's that. Yeah, Duke is so bad this year. It's very sad. Pat loves Auburn today. Old Pat McGillis loving some Auburn, but Ron says no. Yeah, Leg Show says Cooper, number 2, played against Alabama, scored 26 points in his first game. He's really good. Can we bet on Dixie? I was looking at that too, but I don't think I can bet on D2s. A lot of times when they play a D2 or a little school like that, I don't get lines on them. Right? They're playing New Mexico, Dixie State. Yeah. There's nothing good that I mean, like you could give me all day to think of something good to say about New Mexico, and I don't feel like I'm gonna come up with anything. So if you can bet on Dixie, just roll with those guys because they're a team that's going to want to come in and beat somebody with a name, whether they deserve a name or not. Thank you. Sometimes I get them right, guys. Sometimes I get them right. All right. Anything else that we need to look at? So we can kind of, all right, but sugar. Now I got to check my betting app, see if I can get on them. Okay. So consensus wise throughout our group, we've definitely decided Florida State covers against NC State. We like that. I have decided that Mississippi State covers against Texas A&M. Boise, I'm going to roll with them again. I literally can't. I mean, like all my numbers are under. For some reason, I just think Boise goes over here. It's the exact same number. It goes under one time. This is a Kurt Alexander move. He's like, they give you the same number. One goes over, one goes under, one goes over. I feel like I have to over this little puppy here. Leg Show's got New Mexico -2, better rankings than Dixie in offense, defense, and strength of schedule. Okay, so that is important. Yeah, but what are they doing with their strength of schedule? That's kind of what's like bugging me. Old Peyton Adams wants to know about Citadel. Love my service academies. Going to get 40 minutes of basketball out of those guys is what you're going to get. Let's look at them. Guys in the chat, if you have any feelings about Citadel, drop them on in there while I'm looking this up. Here we go against Furman. +13.5, 7-0 at home, 3-0 on the road again, or 3-0 at home against the spread, 4-0 against the spread. Furman's bugging me this year is what Furman's ass is doing. I bet on them twice, and I'm quite sure that both times it did not work out. I do have William, huh? How's the game, Dixie? I'm in big. Okay, yeah, no. Now I see it. But now you're on the other side of it. So I'm not sure how I feel about that now. I really don't like to make bets that I haven't like statted out my own self. Elliot likes Furman in the Citadel game. That's a lot of points. And honestly, in a game like that, just like eye testing it again, that many points in a team that plays that well at home, I would kind of sometimes look for a first half, and see if you could get them with points first half. Like I said, Furman's bugging me this year. They're not my favorite of the teams. And they have been in the past. 69%. There's a lot of money on Citadel. There's a lot going on there. Yeah. He says it's too many points. Yeah, Citadel's coming to play today. I love the service academies. That's something you can rely on. Basketball, football. I don't know. They play baseball. They should. They probably don't. But you're going to get a full game out of those guys. You're going to get 60 minutes of football. You're going to get 40 minutes of basketball. That's what you're going to get. They're not going to give up and give it to you. Yeah, I really try to always do my own research because I mean, like, that's the whole thing, right? Like I'll never know how good I am if I just take other people's picks all day, right? And just because like this is my job, so I kind of want to know how good I am, I mean, I've been handicapping sports for about 3 years on a real serious level, but this is my first time, in the past month or so here that I'm doing free pick videos and I'm actually giving my picks to other people. And I was so nervous in the beginning and tell me if you guys have this thing too, like you'll be running really hot and then you start giving your picks to people and you just go like dead cold. So I was really afraid that once I started giving out my picks, I was just going to like go cold, but it seems to be working for us. I do have a winning record and my totals, I just did my total math. I'm like I think 11-5 or something on my totals. Pay attention, young bucks. Allie spit out fast. Y'all are darling. Okay, you want to talk Dayton? I'm seeing a lot of Dayton's in the chat. We'll check this one real quick. Boop. Old Duquesne. Yeah, I would like Dayton here too. The old Flyers. 4-2 at home, 2-4. I played Duquesne. I always say their name wrong. So if I'm, and like, I remember that there's a right way and a wrong way, and then I never remember which one's which. Duquesne, is that how we do it? Auburn's getting Powell back with Cooper. It's a stay away from him, is what he's saying. Thank you, guys. I try. So Dayton. Yeah, Duquesne I liked a lot last season. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Duquesne. I'm going with it. We're sticking with it. You know who I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's look them up. We'll see what they're up to. See what old Dayton's doing. And when I'm doing this, just so you guys know, just like eye testing, what I'm looking for is D2s. How many D2s are in your schedule, or how many big schools are in your schedule if you're one of these smaller guys? Lost to Fordham. And then how many overtimes? Because these are all things, right? I'm a stat girl. So these are all the things that's going to jack up your stat. And those numbers are what these numbers are based on, right? Like if someone's a huge favorite and it's showing, you know, that their book stat is showing they score 88 a game, and then you do a little bit of research and you find out they're scoring like 74 a game. It's a whole different deal. Dayton did lose to Fordham, who was 1-2 at the time, but we all have those games. Then they went into overtime, beat Davidson in overtime. I don't know how I feel about that. We're going to peek at Duquesne. I swear to God, that word. Duquesne. Yes. Okay. I got Duquesne. That's the wrong one that I always say. There it is. Duquesne. What do you want from me? What do you want? They beat them 48-45. Lost to, okay, so they've already played, and Dayton beat them 61-48. Let's see, the total there would have been 109. That's a real low total. And now it's at 132.5. I would look for that to stay under, just because Davidson has played some overtimes. Davidson and George Washington, 63-73. And when Duquesne, God damn it. Okay. We got to stop talking about this game, y'all, because I'm going to lose my head. When they played their back-to-back against GW, it went as a higher score. I don't know. I'm done with this. I can't. I'm in a thing right now. I don't know. Yeah, Craig Trapp does his own show, guys. Don't ask him to come in here and help me, okay? I'm mostly a big girl. But no, you can check out Craig Trapp's show. Just look it up on Picks and Parlays Facebook or YouTube. He does one every single morning, and he's in Cincinnati, so his is earlier than mine is. He's the real morning wood here. It's Duquesne. Okay, got it. Duquesne. God damn. Okay. Yeah, and Dayton is an under team. That was a real under game. They played 132 seems real high for a game that just came in at 109. Like, even if you do score more, like let's say you both put 10 more on, or, you know, I mean, what are we? Then we're at 129. You know, we're still under 132. Leg show can't believe Bonaventure is laying a leg against Fordham. That's got to be going on right now, huh? when I see stuff like that, I don't know what the open was, but when I see stuff like that, I in play it. First halfers that when the favorite is down in the first half or getting points in the first half or in that area, that's like my in play opportunity. Blowing over here and more people right. I won't leave you guys. I won't leave you. All right. Craig says I'm sexually harassing him with the Morningwood statement. And at least we'll have to talk about Northwest, Southwestern, Immaculate Word, the Blue Devon Demons. Oh, Incarnate. Down by 1 to Fordham. So if you can in play and you liked Fordham, then maybe that this is an opportunity for you to jump on them and get some points or a better number. I don't know a ton about that right now, though. So like I said, did the late show last night. Okay. Okay. So let us recap. I don't even remember everything we talked about at this point. I know my picks, again, Mississippi State minus the 6.5. And I'm going to lay it with Boise minus the 8.5. And Boise, I'm going to go over Boise. I might regret it. Don't bet your house. But I got a feeling. It's in my gut. It's in my gut. And then as far as the earlier games, I'm going to say I kind of like Citadel here. It's a nice number. And maybe first half is the play to make. Again, this is without me really looking. Okay, this is eye testing. But we did pretty good on our eye test yesterday. Florida State, we like them, minus the 3.5. Real good team at home. NC State's not great on the road. They lost to Clemson and St. Louis are their 2 road losses, which I get Clemson. And St. Louis has a real good kid on their squad. I can't think of his name. But still, ACC, got to win your home games. That's what's up. We decided we did like Virginia because Notre Dame stinks, and everybody agreed with that Notre Dame stinks. So there's that. We didn't talk about Tulsa at Wichita State. How do you guys feel? I like Tulsa getting points here on the road. And maybe that's just because they beat my University of Houston. That's where I went to school. Little brats, but they are 3-0 on the road. They're 3-0 against the spread. Wichita is good. They're 4-2 at home, but only 1-2-1 against the spread at home. So again, eye testing it, but I kind of like Tulsa there. I like Arkansas. I know a lot of you were going the other way with LSU. What did we decide about Auburn? I think we were kind of split on Auburn. Craig Trapp. Listen, Craig Trapp would pimp me out if he could. Okay, let me tell you. Jeez Louise. Leg Show says Ohio State is in a revenge spot against Northwestern. They're laying 8.5. 139 is the total there. So, and OSU has been bomb at home. 6-0 at home, 4-2 against the spread at home, 5-4-1 all season long. Northwestern 6-4 on the season, but only 1-2 on the road, 1-2 against the spread. And with Ohio State being in a revenge spot, yeah, why not? Let's do that. I'm with it. Marty McFly says Notre Dame will shock. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, boo. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not. You're not, Notre Dame. If Notre Dame beats Virginia at home, then I don't know what. Then I don't know what. Then it must be 2020 again. Make like a tree and get out of here. Oh, Jimmy Bones, how's it going, friend? Hornets. What's SP? What am I missing with SP? I feel like I should know this and I don't know it. Nets, Detroit, Suns, Clippers, Blazers, Bucks, and Grizzlies. Jimmy's an NBA guy. Might have recovered since Monday night. That's a good call. Yeah, Kurt Alexander and I went, I could show you a stream of text messages in my phone where Kurt and I are going back and forth on Alabama, and he's saying they're going to be hungover. I'm like, they're not in Alabama. They're not going to be hungover. There's SIDs and coaches. Like, I'm sure they watched the game, but they weren't out drinking. Like, come on now. Texas Tech, Rickety Cricket. We had a great stat that said, Leg Show magazine said, Texas Tech and Texas have gone, wasn't it? They've gone under 131 in every game they played since like 2012 or something like that. So I did the free pick with Chip Chirimbus. He thought it would go over. I kind of agreed with him, but I don't know. It's hard to go against stats that way. I think we did all like Texas, though. Wasn't that our deal? I think we did all like Texas. Yeah, I think Ohio State will show up. I don't know why they wouldn't. They'll be all right. Okay, is that everything? Did we hit it all? Are we there? Are we good? Anybody else? Since 1812. Spread, Jimmy. Okay, I'm sorry. So the SP means spread. That's what that meant. Okay, now I know. Now we're communicating, Mr. Bones. Now we're communicating, all right? Okay, I think that's it for us, right? I could talk basketball all day. Like literally, I could sit here and do this for the next 6 hours. So sometimes you guys might have to cut me off and say we're good here. All right, guys, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And I'll see you guys tonight. We're doing Total Chaos College Basketball. Dan Kaiser and Kurt Alexander are getting it done tonight. Tomorrow's NBA. Friday is NFL. Chip Chirimbus is back. He's going to go head-to-head against Sean Higgs. And if you're into hockey today, go check out Total Chaos, Picks Parlays. Put that into your search engine on Google or on YouTube, because we did the NHL last night for every game that's happening today. So yeah, that's what's up. Best 2 picks. What do I got? Well, I really only gave out 2 picks. I really like Mississippi State. And I like Boise. I mean, those are kind of my 2 that I'm at. You know, that's where I'm at. And it's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. So hopefully money comes our way today. Follow me on Twitter, if you so please, at @plusmoneyhoney. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, right? And also, well, I'll see you tonight for Total Chaos, but then we'll see you here for Morningwood tomorrow morning, and we'll do this. All right. Okay. Bye, guys. Love y'all. See you soon.